What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? DoctorDDub here, and welcome to the Farm Folks pre-alpha demo. I am so excited to have this in my hands and to play. For those that haven't seen it already, I've already done a first impressions video, so I've already got about 30 minutes hands-on with this, and then probably about another 30 minutes after that, just because when I stopped recording and edited it and uploaded it, I didn't want to stop playing, so I hopped back in and did a little messing around. And it's just so good looking. Hopefully it comes across beautiful for you guys. Oh boy. Anyway, we've got some... I saw someone post in Discord saying that these doors have made an appearance already. They're definitely not doors. They're little books. And they're meant to be tutorials. It's kind of cool. And these were written within the last... oh, I don't know, 2 hours before the game was sent off from from Overgrown to Critivo. So they were very haphazardly placed. So, but yeah, the goal for this stream is, I don't really know what. Get further. Hopefully we don't crash, because if you crash, you do lose quite a bit of progress. Whenever you save in the game, it only saves your shells, which is your currency, and your inventory. So if we plant a giant field of crops and water it for like 4 days straight, and it'll be ready on the 5th, and our game crashes, then we lose all of those crops because those aren't saved at all. So anyway, welcome to the Farm Folks pre-alpha. Don't forget that this is pre-alpha. It's permanently on top of the screen, so I'm not sure how you would. The devs seem to make a very strong point that this is pre-alpha and that it's not finished. It is by far not a complete game. There will be bugs, errors, placeholders, and extreme lack of content, and so on, but over time we will continuously update the game for you guys on a regular basis. And for those that are curious, the little ambiance you hear in the background, the little chirping of birds and the insects, that's something I added that is not in this game by default. It's completely silent currently, minus those sounds, picking stuff up. Follow along the path for a quick tutorial on tools. If you have any questions, join us on Discord. I should have that linked in the description of today's stream. If I don't, shame on me. But it should be down there under relevant links, I think. It might not be. I actually don't think it is now that I'm talking about it. I don't know. But yeah, this hopefully makes the silence a little less annoying. And I'm assuming as well, I commented on this in my video, that I think the day-night cycle is currently ramped up because it's just, it's bad. I can add it real quick. You guys won't even know a difference, except I won't be moving on screen. Let me actually do that, because that's probably kind of important. I just checked Discord, and there's a ping from one of the devs saying, hey everyone, we're aware that you're all getting some crashes. The build we sent out had logging disabled on accident. Oops. So the crash logs. We'll be updating the build to include logging so we can see what the issue is and fix it. Oops. I've also heard of people having their game crash after about 15 minutes. So we'll see if we fare any better than that. I might have a workaround if it does, but we'll just have to wait and see. What was I doing? Grabbing the Discord invite. Is there one on... That happened to you, Bob Ross? That's not good. There's an invite to Critivo's Discord, but not ours. That's awkward. I'm going to create one, I guess. That sounds fun. We'll do that. Copy. I don't even know how long this will... It lasts for a day. That'll work. And then we'll put this in the description. I'm so good at this, guys. How did I forget that? Relevant links. We've got the pre-order and the most recent update. And then Farm Folks Discord. And there we go. That should update here in just a sec. Sweet. Managing a game that doesn't tab out is so much nicer than one that like loses audio when you tab out. Cian Boo, I'm so glad you did, and welcome. It's so fun. And it's so limited right now, but there's so much to come, and it just gives you promise and hope. And one thing I do hope they change is that they make nights actually dark. You can totally see all day long. Nighttime should be pretty dark, in my opinion. Left click with the trowel to plant seeds on tilled soil. Hold left click with the trowel open to open the seed selection menu in our seed bag. I'm not going to be going over all this stuff in too much depth because I do have a video already covering this stuff. Left click with the watering can to plant seeds. You can fill it at a watering source. Scythe is for flowers and ferns, which are these little guys right here. Can I use my tool, please? There we go. That's another issue. You can't use your tool unless there's something to use it on. Like I can't use my hoe right now. It'll say it's too hard to break. I can't water nothing. I can't scythe at nothing. And that's one thing I have noticed. So you can see, well, we'll go cut this, well, we'll cut this guy down. You can see there's a kind of wide swing when you use it. Unfortunately, it is a single target swing. It targets exactly what you're aiming at. So if I try to split the distance between these two and use it, it should make me face one of them, and I'll just cut that one instead of swinging between them and allowing you to cut multiple. Like it just turned me to the left and cut that one. So it's a little different from Stardew Valley in that sense, where you can't really just cut down large swaths of stuff. But there's chickens, so that makes up for it, right? Oh my gosh, the camera just freaked out. Chicken, are you going to spaz my camera again? And the chickens don't have animations. They just kind of float on the ground. Very, very smoothly. But you can pet them. You can pet them. Don't make me a liar, chicken. Maybe I need a different tool in my hand. I don't know. A cute little cluck nugget. Oh. And I had Alyssa ruin this for me. I didn't notice it, but now that I have, I'm going to ruin it for all of you as well. This is Ravendar on the left. Or I might be saying that wrong. I'm not sure. And Ashima on the right. And look at us. And look at the size difference. Not height difference, but like proportions. Look at our head. It is like playing a game of, or not a game of, playing with Russian nesting dolls. You could literally fit Ravi inside of the player. It's kind of strange. Am I riding a chicken right now? I'm riding a chicken, guys. Part of why I'm doing this is to find bugs. I think I might have just fallen off. Are we still on board the chicken? Gives a whole new meaning to Chicken Express. Oh, this is hilarious. Yeah, that is kind of awesome. And it just dropped me off. Thanks for the ride, chicken. Alright, we're going to finish grabbing all of our tools real quick. There's a couple, or there's one back here. It's the axe. To use the axe, select it on the hotbar and left click. Okay, thank you. Except, just like everything else, you can't swing it randomly. I don't know if you guys hear me clicking. I'm clicking, nothing's happening. You have to use it on an actual tree. And then here's a build tool, which I don't know if they fixed in this version. I've heard that prior versions of the game, or prior builds of the game, there was a bug with the build tool, where if you tried using it pretty much anywhere, it would crash your game instantly. So we're going to try that. You know what? Let's get that out of the way in case it does. You can't build here, can't build here, can't build here. Can we build here? We can. Okay, they fixed it. It's not totally broken anymore. Fence, gates, troughs. Wow, not troughs. And desalinator? Is that a way to remove salt from water so that you can then feed or hydrate your animals with it? Because saline is a saltwater solution. That's the only thing I'm going off of there. Cool, it works. And yeah, all these menus are going to be super placeholder. It's not going to look just gray and nasty. Cyan Blue, I need to get back into streaming that. I'm trying to rotate between islands. I guess this, although I don't plan on streaming this any more than tonight. This is more just like a Q&A. If anyone has questions, feel free to ask. I've been covering this pretty in depth, So I think I've got some answers to things. Not all of them. I'm not a dev, but I do have close connections with the devs, though, and I'm planning on doing some interviews with them as well in the near-ish future. So if you have questions that I can't answer, I will do my best to have them answer it for me and you both. So, but yeah, I'm rotating between Islands, No Man's Sky, and Slime Rancher currently with my streams, on top of doing, like, what, 4 different videos, 4 different games per week, none of which overlap with streams. And now we're adding Farm Folks to that, so I'm going to be busy, and you guys are going to have plenty to watch, so. This must be who they were talking about, Ravi. What do you think? Looks like a farmer to me. I'm going to kind of rush through this because, like I said, I've already done all this, but. Ooh, yeah, Alyssa's lurking and commenting. Well, not commenting. She's there, one of the other mods on the Discord server. It's her, I, and Twin Minds, who I think might be streaming here soon. I don't know if he's streaming Farm Folks. I don't think he is, but. But yeah, I don't work a ton this week, CN, so I've got the time, so. No, Draken, they are not. This is just the very rough modeled 3D thing. And one thing I do want to do this stream is I'm going to try my best to pull up any relevant, like you just asked a question about character models. I've saved as much stuff as I possibly can as far as pictures of people go and stuff. And so there's some concept art that's been made. This guy right here. Let's see if I set this up properly. We need display capture above window capture, and then boom. This guy right here. That's Gilbert. Alyssa, that's for you. I'm sure you will enjoy. I gotta move some stuff around here so I can see what I'm doing. Ashima's face still scares me. Yeah, and I've got some other artwork of Ashima somewhere. So this is her concept art. This is, well, that's a... Are both these terrible? I think they're both terrible. This is what I cut it originally from. But she looks a lot more... I don't know. And Ravi, he looks pretty similar as far as concept art goes. Comparing that to what's in-game. I think it's pretty close. But yeah, I thought I had a character model for... oh man, I'm opening way too many windows. We'll fix that, and we'll get back to things. That outfit, this property, there's no denying it. You're a farmer, one with plenty of land. For those that don't know the backstory to how you get here, you're supposedly on a ship with your brother. Or no. Yeah? I think? And then it crash lands, or it breaks at sea, you get in a huge shipwreck, and then you wash ashore on this island, and then you get here somehow. I don't know how. But I don't think they're starting us from the very beginning. I think we're getting kind of dropped off a little bit into things. The name of this quest, as far as they've been referring to it, they keep saying that, oh, there will be a quest titled A Day with the Dials, which these are the 2 Dial siblings that'll be in Softshell Island. Ravendar Dial and Ashima Dial. Where was I going with that? I don't know. Anyway, we have a quest as indicated by the bouncing question mark above their head, which ideally would go away once you're in a menu with them. Again, I know it's just pre-alpha, and anything that I'm 100% sure is pre-alpha, which probably most things here are. I'm sure everything's will change at least somewhat. Anything that is 100% sure pre-alpha, I will call attention to it. Anything else that I'm not 100% sure, I'm going to give my critical feedback on. It might be changing, it might not be. Most likely it will be. But, so if I'm complaining about things or commenting or suggesting things here or there on things that to you look very much like placeholder assets, that's why I want to make sure I'm giving my opinions. I don't know. I'm going to intentionally do the opposite dialogue options, or not opposite, but different dialogue options than I did in my first impressions video to see if the dialogue is varied at all. So what I mean to say is, have you perchance heard the Dial name before? We cannot be the first Dials that you've met, can we? And then I think I said, who are you, where am I? Because we were lost. And then apparently we haven't met them before. Well, now I'm truly astounded. Go ahead, sister. You're more the storyteller than I. That is actually different dialogue. That's good to see. Ravi and I come from a very large family, but you won't find us all in one place. All Dials are expected to leave home just like we did. You see, it's a Dial rite of passage to leave the nest and start your own distribution company. We're a distribution family spread across the globe. In fact, the only thing more well-distributed than our products is our family. Ha 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 ha. It's so bad. Snaj... I don't know how to pronounce that. I will try. Snajper... Pizza? Is it the I don't know. I'm sorry. Thank you, and welcome to the doctor's office. I don't really have a name for the community. I have a name for my server, Discord server. But anyway, welcome. That's how my dear sister and I ended up here on Softshell Island. We're ready to carve out a piece of the Dial dynasty. But we, hit a snag. She's just hippie, pear-shaped, if you will. You see a butt, not the front side? I'll look at that in a sec. I don't know if this is the best angle. You see, a Dial doesn't just open up shop and slide by with their name alone. Oh no. Each Dial distributions must have its prize export, the high-quality commodity that allows a Dial to stand proudly amongst their kin. We've not found ours yet. But we heard rumors of a potent chili native to the island and managed to get our hands on some of its seeds. If you can grow that chili and let us taste it, we'll know if it's our prize or not. Apparently it's so hot, it caused a woman to actually breathe fire. Yeah, right. Anyway, these seeds are quite valuable. We can't just give them away, even to you. When you're ready, buy a Caribbean cayenne seed from my sister and grow it to harvest and return a chili to us. Then we'll give it a taste. I put the weird inflection on that at the end. That's not a question or a comma. Wait, Ravi, if it really makes you breathe fire, isn't that kind of dangerous? I'm so confused. You'll need to farm some other crops and earn enough shells to buy a Caribbean cayenne seed. My sister will sell you what you need. That is not different from the last time. Then again, it still makes sense, so that's fine. I'm no farmer, but I believe the trick is to hoe the soil, use the trowel to plant the seed, then water it. I'm excited to see what you can do. Well, this is delightful. This is also a very long introductory dialogue sequence. The prospect of a new business partnership, I can hardly contain myself. Sheem, I'm going to expend some of this excitement by returning to town and getting the paperwork ready. Oh my, I'm giddy. I even have fresh inks. Which I don't know what that expression is, if it's an expression. And he hasn't mentioned writing anything prior to that, so I don't know why his fresh inks are of such excitement for him, but whatever. Right, I'm gonna stay here and not be any part of that. You mind if I hang around for a bit? I'll sell you seeds and give you some tips in the meantime. Nothing energizes my brother like a potential business deal, but don't let him rush you. If you need a break, head inside and have a nap on your bed. It'll make the farming go faster too. Back with pizza. I want pizza. I had a little noodle cup for dinner. It's not super filling. And if farming's not for you, there's an axe behind the house that can be used to fell trees. Using it should the same as any other tool. You heard it here first, guys. Using it should the same as any other tool. That's the first typo, at least blatant typo that I've seen. I called attention to it in my demo video as well. Judgment, hello and welcome. And yes, I wholeheartedly agree. It is a fear of, or a face only a mother could love, that Ashima. Basically we'll cut trees to make money or farm, but farming is way more profitable. Whether you chop wood or farm, deposit your haul in the sales box beside me. You'll be automatically paid at 6 a.m. each morning. That's also the same time your game saves, for anyone curious. Once you have enough shells to afford the Caribbean cayenne seed, come back and buy it. And then the fade to black, and now the quest marker is gray instead of yellow, and we have a quest prompt that now shows up on the right side of the screen. And we just danced our way. Oh. That's amazing. That's way too much fun. That's one thing I do like about this, and again, I referenced this in my video. Once you jump, you can't change directions, which I love. Too many games have that as a feature. And try doing that right now. Get up from your computer or from your phone, jump, and try to turn while jumping. It doesn't work. Or like, shift your momentum so you're going a different direction, not actually turn while jumping. That's totally doable. Can we ride the chicken again? Oh my gosh, it launched me. Yeah. Oh, so there is totally a way to do it. And now I can platform on top of the sales box. Can I jump on Ashima? Nope, I just got bounced off. But I'm going to try again. No, she's made of rubber, apparently. Anyway, this is our animal cube. If this isn't placeholder, I don't know what is. Press E to interact to buy a cow, but only if you've built an animal enclosure, which you do using the build tool. Cows don't do anything yet, but they sure are cute. Alyssa, I'm sorry. Alright though, we're gonna start planting some seeds. We do have some shells. So let's talk to Ashima and buy some seeds. We're gonna probably do too much, but that's okay. And I'm gonna do some testing while I do this too. There's some stuff I might... Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna be doing a lot of videos on this, and it requires a lot of research to figure out. So I'm basically gonna start my own Excel spreadsheet at some point. Or I might do it during this stream. Not on screen, but just to have it and like document stuff. Basically plant like, I don't know, would 9 be a good sample size? 9 cauliflower, 9, what are these, radishes? Lettuce, eggplant, turnips, carrots, tomatoes, grapes, sunflowers, beans, wheat, Caribbean cayenne. You can actually buy milk. And then mega onion seeds, valued at 15,000 a peach. A peach? A piece. But anyway, document, and Alyssa, I already know you did some of this stuff, but for the holes that were in what you sent me, like, what is it, lettuce seed produces lettuce leaves, and not always the same number of lettuce leaves. Same with carrots. When you harvest a carrot, sometimes you get 2, sometimes you get 3. Trying to figure out... Alyssa needs a doctor for her sprained ankle. And Bob Ross suggests I make a document. I love that. You know what? I'm totally going to do this real quick. Just to document things as we go. Where can I fit this on my overlay? Or not overlay, but... you know what? I'll do this later. I can go back and do it in hindsight. I can just scrub back through the stream. Anyway, let's buy some seeds of stuff. Anything we don't have yet that we can afford. Some wheat. We have carrots. We make multiples of 3 of everything. Some tomatoes. Grapes. And we don't have enough for the sunflowers. Or the beans. Or really anything else. But that's okay. Can we get one more lettuce? We totally can. And one more eggplant? We totally can as well. Sweet. Alright, and now we need to clear some space to plant. I do want to clear, I think, this entire plot. Because we can. And pressing I brings up your inventory. From what I've been able to find out, or from the messing around I've done, there's no way to reorder your tools in this. So if you have a preferred way of storing them, pick them up in that order. I actually have, Alyssa. I will get this cleared and then I will make an announcement ahead of time. But not until we pluck this rock from the ground. I'm sure there will be different animations for different tools, but as of now, you pluck rocks from the earth the same way you pluck plants from the ground. It's kind of ridiculous looking, but also kind of awesome. What do you mean you don't do humans? I don't do humans either. I am one, but... The tree cutting animation is a thing, though. And you get birchwood logs from the birch trees, and then if we attempt to cut down a tree that's even tinier and thinner than what we just cut, it's too strong for our axe. There are upgrades, which we can get, and I'm thinking we might in this. I also have to deal with the rough realization that any real progress we make is not going to be saved that well. But anyway, ooh, they fixed this as well. This used to be a bug too. When you would go up to basically anything or anyone with a tool in your hand, like I couldn't talk to Ashima with an axe in my hand. Or I couldn't interact with this with an axe in my hand. I'm glad they fixed that for this build. Just pick all the crops and sell them before you quit. I can, but there's also other progress that can be made that's not saved. I think if I build a barn or any fences or something, those won't be saved. But anyway, to upgrade our axe, we need 40 birchwood logs. And then the next tier after that, we need 40 oakwood logs. For the pickaxe, it's stone and then bronze ore, which I mentioned in my video, but I don't know if it's actually been implemented in the game. They said they were going to have some ore nodes close by to the farm that could be used basically just to mine in the pre-alpha, and I don't know if those ended up making it in. This was a while ago when they said they were going to do that. Anyway, that's enough space to start working. So let's grab our hoe out, and we have... This is another bug that I've actually already reported, and they said it'll be fixed in the next update. So right now, if I'm trying to target the very first tile on my field... Well, right now I can't target anything. You can't target it from the side. And then when you run onto the field, you don't get any reticle as well. And pressing E to use tools also isn't a thing. It's just to click. So unfortunately, you have to swap tools and then swap back if you run onto the field with your hoe, which is kind of dumb. And I'm just now realizing that. But yeah, so you can see right here, we can target this square and walk around it. Wait, what? More pizzas needed? Yeah, so you can walk around it over here, but then as soon as you try doing that on the edge, it goes away. That's... I don't know if it's a bug, but it's something that will be fixed eventually. And doing this without any audio is so strange. It's so very strange. Alright, though. So with our trowel, you click and hold, and you can access what seeds you want to plant. So we'll start with our lettuce, and then you just click on the plot to sow the seeds with the trowel, and then you grab the watering can, which is empty, and fill it first, which there's a body of water right here. That got an animation. And this is another thing I hope changes. The watering can doesn't look incredibly realistic, and that we're literally holding it to where it would all spill out. I don't know if there's a way to make it look different to where you can have it held and not look weird. But yeah, you see, this isn't an issue with the watering can. You can walk onto the field with it and then use it. Still can't use it off the field, but... Hi, Coco. Plant pizza? That sounds amazing. Let me figure out how many plots I need first. And you know what? I probably should have started this tomorrow when I had more energy. But whatever. So 3 more for tomato. Okay, so we can go for a while. I'm going to hoe these and then sleep. Actually, let's hoe until we pass out. See what happens. Or until we run out of stamina. And another thing that I've noticed is that it hoes where you're looking, not where you're standing. So you can just stand in place and then turn and look at where you want to hit. which is kind of nice. Less moving around. I think it just timed over to the next day. The sun is now rising and we lost some plots. Interesting. Okay, does sowing crops use... not the one cauliflower. Let's get them eggplants planted. I meant to say some, and I said let's get them eggplants planted. So this does use energy. Okay. So we're pretty much out. But like I said, we're going to continue until we pass out. So let's see what happens. Cocoa, I wish pizza seeds existed. I would totally be growing some right now if they did. Grapes are on a trellis, so we'll do tomatoes. Tomatoes might also... No, they're not. Doc passed out from a long, hard night of hoeing. What can I say? Also, are we completely out of stamina right now? Okay. No pass-out mechanic currently in the game. You just don't have the stamina. And you press E on the bed, and you sleep and wake up. Ooh, an action cue like in The Sims. How would that be implemented? Wait, since when do I have a mega onion seed? Apparently I have a mega onion. That's kind of cool. And that's another thing you have to be wary of. If you are looking at your field, and let's say, oh, I don't want to plant carrots right here, I want to plant something else, and I click and hold to open it, you can see I actually went through the seeding animation as I did that. So you have to look at not a plot when you want to change it. So that's a thing. And I'm not at all going for aesthetics here. I literally just want to clear this whole thing and... I don't know. We might have enough birchwood logs to upgrade soon. We're at 24. I'm thinking we'll get some upgrades this stream, for sure. It's time to consume some sustenance. There will be food in this game eventually. I know you're not talking about in-game. I think you're talking about the pizza that you have that we're all jealous about. But you will be able to cook and eat food. It's just not currently available, as a lot of things aren't currently available. I wasn't asking on like a mechanical level how would that work. This is more asking like, what, you just select a grid and say I want to water all this, and then you sit back and relax and let it get watered? Like, I don't know. It could work. Okay, and then we've got some grapes, which I'll actually do here on the side because they're done in trellises or trelli. Not how you say it, but whatever. Some grape seeds. Oh, and then we have wheat too. Come on. Come on. Sometimes targeting can be difficult. And then we've got some wheat we can plant. And then I think we have a cabbage and a mega onion, which I'll show you guys, assuming they spawn in the same place every time you load in. I'll show you guys where a mega onion seed can be found. Oh, this is going to work out perfectly. Paint us a picture of this so-called sustenance, if you'd please. For research purposes. You could, you know, send some of that pizza over here. You could chalk it up to a happy little accident. Okay, and then I think we have 3 seeds left. The super onion, or mega onion, whatever it's called. And then a cabbage and sunflower, right? That sounds right. We'll do the mega onion in the middle because that sounds awesome. And I might cut some trees before we go to bed. Not that it matters, but you kind of just expend your energy and then go to bed. But we might be able to upgrade here real soon. Ooh, Supreme is good. I do like myself. Why is there a bottle of milk over there? I think that's just free money. I don't know if milk has a purpose. Eventually it'll be used in cooking and for making cheese and different stuff like that. But right now I think it's just used to sell. Does it even tell you what time it is? Hour 21. Does that mean we have just a few hours left? Potentially. Does that even roll over to hour 22? It does. So let's cheat the system and go to bed literally for 2 hours. 8 hours, just kidding. Wakes up at 6 a.m. or hour 6. And then we can water these up. I can't wait to see what some of these look like fully grown, though. Can you... Alyssa, I just tried queuing up actions. If you click too fast, it won't perform it. So I click once, twice, thrice. You can kind of queue up actions if you don't go too fast. Like you can click, ooh, that's kind of cool. So while the animation's going, you can click the next one, and then it'll start the animation as soon as possible. So you have literally no downtime. Or at least in between those. That is kind of nice. But Alyssa wants 8 actions, not 3. 3's just not enough. Okay, we do have 56 birchwood planks, though, so we can upgrade our axe now. Which, I don't know if that does anything. Still can't interact with a hoe. I don't know why. But let's upgrade our axe. Does that look any different? It's like super black. No, I don't think that's any different. I do love the tools, though. They look really cool. And robust. It's kind of weird that this is the building tool and not a hammer. But just the naming scheme is strange to me. But man, I thought I was going to be able to clear this entire thing today. And then... I don't know. Hi, Nicola. Welcome to Farm Folks. The game's not that dark looking. It's the shadows. It might be a hair darker on stream compared to what I'm seeing. Not much, though. But it's the shadows. The shadows, I think, Alyssa, you said you complained about those a little bit already. They're just super dark. And it might just be that the trees are so dense, and also daytime happens so quick. It's kind of crazy. It cycles through at like a rapid speed. I don't know why. Probably just demo stuff. That would be a good reason. We need stone to upgrade anything else, and I don't think upgrading tools at this point has any other use besides the fact that you can now chop the next tier stuff. And that might be how it works in the full game. Is that different than a... So these skinny ones are actually not oak wood. Or oak. Just the thick ones are. Trying to raise an eggplant army and I can't do that watering 3 eggplants. I'm sorry, Alyssa. That's a complaint for the devs for sure. Coco? Oh, yeah, Nico, hopefully you have a good time watching this. Hopefully none of it should be too spoilery for anyone who's playing themselves. There's really not a whole lot to spoil in this. Ethan, one of the main devs that actually does the... I don't know exactly how to put it. He does most of the asset creation, I guess is a good way to put it. He said he hid some... Oh, we're out of stamina. He said he hid some... what are they? Mega onions seeds throughout the landscape. And didn't actually mean for them... Okay, you still can't interact with anything with your hoe equipped. Anything else, I think you can. Why can't I not sleep? Yeah, picking them, quite literally, with a pickaxe. You actually look like you're picking them. It's kind of crazy looking. Can I please water stuff now? There's so many little things that are going to get tweaked, and I'm so excited for that to happen. Because right now, there's just some minor little details that can be kind of frustrating. But look at our crops, they're coming in. Oh yeah, Alyssa, that's what I just had to try doing. I swapped to my trowel, and then I was able to do it. Very strange, but... Alyssa, have you found any... I know overnight if you leave soil plots unattended, they disappear, or they have a chance to disappear. I don't know if watered soil plots, just like Stardew Valley, have a chance to disappear or not, and I don't know what happens if you leave crops that are fully grown unattended. So we might leave at least one of each behind just to test that and see what happens. Did this tree grow back? Are things growing back each day? I thought I cleared this out. I could be wrong, but... Oh yeah, you can totally tell it's watered. I would like to see some soil darkening as well as the just water puddle. Water puddle's kind of nice though. It looks like they're actually sitting in water, which is kind of cool. Trees grow wicked fast. I guess that's good for now. Just having the wood to do stuff. Do we have enough rocks yet though? It's what, 40 rocks? 40 stones, sorry. No, we don't. So we'll mine, I say mine, we'll pick the rest of these, and then we might go off doing some exploring and gathering any rocks we see, because that's what's needed to upgrade your pick. And maybe that's what the ore nodes are locked behind, because I mentioned I couldn't find any ore nodes, and they said they were going to have some. Whether or not they actually do is a different story. But, what was I saying? But yeah, maybe once we upgrade our pick, that will then cause things to spawn. OTP? What's up, Maine? Been a while? I'm sorry. But I don't remember where I'd know you from. Probably YouTube, right? That'd be a safe guess, I would imagine. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Ah, yes. Now that name I recognize. I was playing some earlier today. I was in promos for silver. Won one, lost one, won one, lost one, and then lost one. So sad. You still play? I still play, but most of my audience on YouTube is very much more into the chill stuff. So I haven't streamed League, but like once or twice when I was first starting to stream. I think that was actually the first stream I did was League. Just to test things out. Ooh, playing some Division. I've heard that's really good, at least compared to the first one, but it's still pretty grindy. Yeah, Nicola, it is such a deep game. There's so much stuff to it. Even... I've played it for almost 2 years now, I think. And there's so much. There's so many little intricacies to each champion, each ability, each item, each rune. It's just, it's nuts. Is that ready to be harvested yet? So with the watering can, you'll get a blue reticle on crops that are ready to be watered or are able to be watered, and then a yellow one on crops that are ready to be harvested. So I'm going to leave that sunflower alone. It's probably ready to be harvested. I just love the look of this stuff. Like, get a whole field of sunflowers and frolic through it. That might have to happen at some point. You can also literally stand inside it. It'd be cool if you could like push it aside. Alyssa says it needs one more day. Alright. We'll let it do its thing. Let's go off and explore a little bit, though. There's not much to explore. But I was over here grabbing a thumbnail, and I noticed that there was something floating and in my way, so I went to go pick it up, and it became out of my way. And I don't know if it's still here, if items will appear in the same spots each time or not. And it doesn't appear that they will. But it looks like all these stones out in the world you can gather. But yeah, there was one... Well, that's a thing. It's like they extended this out a little bit. That's lovely. But no, there was a seed that was like floating in the air right here. I kind of had to jump to get it. But look at that. Off in the distance, right above my head, there's a building. I'm just now seeing that. That's kind of cool. And then if we head back this direction, everything is all roped off and whatnot, so we can't really get too far. But man, there's so little daylight in this game, or at least in this build of the game. It gets dark so quick and then just stays dark during night. Oh yeah, Coco, the animations that are being used are very much placeholder. We're not going to be plucking rocks. If you actually look at the, you know what? I said we were going to do this, so we're going to do it. If you actually look at the Kickstarter trailer, which I can pull up real quick, there is... Yeah, so there's better animations. Trees fall down. Yeah, and you also smash rocks with a hammer, not a pick. I think the pick should be used for ore. Oh, I know. That was loud. I was having to talk over things. That's probably better, right? I don't know. We'll keep this open in case we need to scrub through to anything else that's relevant. There we go. Okay, so far no crashes though, so that's a good thing. But when I was in here earlier, I looked off this direction. I was like, what the heck is that thing? That, I think, is the ocean. Off in the distance. Obviously not fully, like, beautiful looking yet, but... Yeah, Cafe, that kind of stuff happens when I'm, like, opening videos and stuff on the fly, midstream. I didn't test everything possible. But I'll try to not have that happen again. That should be the only video I'll be playing. I do have one other video that I would play, but it's not mine. I would need Twin's permission to play it. It's actually a video of his. But I do have access to the old Unity version of this game. I might go in and try to recreate like a scenario, like walking out of the house and then running like a similar path, just to see the difference in assets and the world and animations and the camera and just all the progress that's been made since the Unity version, which is the original version of this game. Okay, so during all that, we passed a whole nother day. And at hour 6, these should reset to need to be watered again. I think that's how that works. Yeah, it obviously needs some work with some assets. I like the trees. Trees and rocks are all pretty good, but the giant cliff faces, they definitely need some work. They're very... You can see patterns in them, and that's not a good thing when it comes to world design. You don't want to be able to detect patterns, unless it's obviously intentional. But just like the striations of the rock, that's not meant to be there, I don't believe, so it needs some love. 2 more stone, and we can upgrade our pick, which may or may not let us do cool stuff. but then we have access to all the wood, and I want to try building something. Hello, everybody, says Bubba. Hi, Bubba. How's it going, man? A stream that's not ending. Welcome. Okay, what's ready? Our eggplants are ready. These still need watering. I believe this is our lettuce. Bubba! Fern bush is super jiggly. Is it, though? Is it jiggly? It's all like... I don't know. I do see the jiggle action. It's a little bit more than just the wind. I am so excited to spend all the time in this game. Not in this version. I don't know how many hours I could sink into this. If I have like a video idea I'm working towards, then absolutely I'll sink time into it. But yeah, now it's ready to go. Everything that's not will give us a blue thing under it. And I'm debating putting together a video that goes over like crop times and what's the most profitable and growth times, buy, sell price, etc. But with the build coming out in like a month, it might be irrelevant then. But alright, I want to see what happens if I don't water. Well, we'll water the middle eggplant. We'll let the other two sit for a while and see what happens. For science! Because we can. I agree though, Coco. It definitely needs more daylight. Ooh, and I'm very pleased with this. I found out a way to do it. I was trying to do this at the end of the stream, or the last video I did. That's a whole lot easier to get up than it was last time I did this. Anyway, you can go from here on top and just chill. Oh, Bubba. What's your great idea? I should stream a horror game. I would love to stream a horror game. I love getting the crap scared out of me. I looked so hard for something that I wanted to stream that looked actually decent that I'd want to play for Halloween. I ended up not really doing a horror game per se. It was still creepy. But Dead Space is a game I have that I'd be willing to stream. I don't know if people would like that or not, but my goodness, is it terrified. Month 7, summer hour 17, and it's this dark already? Yeah, right now it's hour 20, which would be 8 p.m. And the light cycle, the day-night cycle, is not perfect by a long shot. It'll get some tweaking, I can almost guarantee it. What was I doing? Did we get enough stone? We do have exactly enough stone. And then the birchwood and oakwood currently share the same icon. I would hope that eventually changes too. And I'm sure it will. But we can go ahead and upgrade a pickaxe to 2 stars. Sweet. And now that we have this, I kind of want to sleep and see if any ore nodes start appearing anywhere. Dead Space with Space Dock. Sounds kind of strange, but okay. Anything still need growth? These guys still need watering. Ooh. So once watered, it retains its water? Is that a thing? Did I miss watering one of these? Oh, you know what? I don't know if they're in the game yet or not. But there are going to be AoEs for crops. For example, if I were to plant my tomatoes next to my grapes instead of next to my eggplants, they could potentially receive some sort of bonus resistance against insects that will eventually eat your crops, or pests is what they're being called. So maybe that's taking into effect somewhat. I don't know. But it's going to lead to some really interesting farm designs for people instead of just a giant field of eggplant like Alyssa's doing. Shout out to Alyssa. I got a gold name crop that took an extra day to grow once. Gold name? When I harvested my crops last time, I got between 4 and 5 stars for them all. Which, Bubba, which games are listed as horror? What was I saying? Sorry for the lovely camera angle there. Oh, sorry. I don't think that'll be the case when the game launches. You're not going to start off getting 5-tiered or 5-star crops, 5 out of 5 stars. I wouldn't call the Forest a horror game. Subnautica, not technically either, but... Okay, though. So we have an upgraded pick now. Makes me wonder if with that upgraded pick, there's a chance of getting stuff. I'm going to assume not. Jackbox Party Pack 3 is listed as a horror game. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely give my feedback on the day-night cycle and how fast it is. Because right now it's just absurd. There's like no daylight. Ah, but look at our little floaty belt buckle, guys. It floats in front of us. Then as soon as we stop, it snaps back to us. It's kind of amazing. And like a, it's broken, fix it kind of way. Oh, Nicola, you said something. Do walkthroughs, FAQ videos, tips and tricks. You'll be the go-to farm folks guy. That's kind of the goal. Not the go-to farm folks guy, but like doing those kind of videos. I want to like break this game apart and cover each update, obviously, like I've been doing with Kickstarter updates, but now there's actual game content to cover. Another thing that looks very strange to me is on these trees, it looks like there's leaves that were put in a strange orientation, because you can see this leaf branch on the left looks totally fine, but the one that's like, it's hard to see, but it's like pulsating. It's like it's got chicken pox. It's that same leaf pattern, but it's like in the tree or something. I don't know. Cafe, you can, in the full game, I'm pretty sure, you can at least fish. Yeah, you'd have to be able to. One of the stretch goals was, I might butcher the name, aquaponic farming? Hydroponic farming underwater. Like growing plants underwater. For now, though, it's not a thing, which works great because it basically serves as a beautiful barrier without having this lovely construction tape everywhere. So that's kind of nice, but... Oh, I know, Nicola. You've been telling me that since day one. Can I pick the sign up and out of the way? No? Is that not how that works? Can I get that? Nothing interesting happens? I'm trying to... so I'm trying to use it on the tree. That's what's happening. Soil's too hard to break. Can I, like, cut my way through to the other side? I do want to try and find a way to, like, get in a wall and run around or something. Doki Doki Literature Club? I have not. I've seen it played by a couple streamers, but I have not myself played it. Avoid that game. It seems like it's on the level of Dream Daddy as far as, like, cringiness, but Dream Daddy actually seems like it's kind of fun. That game doesn't. But I'm imagining that because that little hammer sign thing is up in the sky, that this is one solid invisible wall all the way up to that. So there would be no jumping or running underneath anything. It's all just stuck. Alright though, let's head back to the farm. I think that's kind of... I've done sort of a whole 360 around the edge of the map. But we could set ourselves a goal of, oh my gosh. I was going to say of planting on this entire thing, but stuff gets covered so fast by trees. It's nuts. Okay, those are ready to be harvested. Tomatoes are ready. Carrots still aren't. I kind of want to harvest these all at once, just so we can see what everything looks like all together. No, I have not seen the whole game. I've seen snippets, for sure. Definitely have not seen the whole thing. Oh, and then the grapes are all ready to go too. Look how cute the grapes are. Like, they're so tiny. I thought they needed like another day when I first saw them, because they do look like they should be a little bit bigger, but at least to me they do. Okay, so we can build something. I don't know what that something is. Let's actually see if we can build fence or anything. If we use this here, fence. Ooh. That's kind of cool. Will this keep trees out? I'm kind of curious. I want to clear a little space. But yeah, you can see how much lighter it gets when we cut a tree down. Just the shadows of them are so dark. And I kind of get it. I mean, shadows don't let light go through them, so... Or whatever I'm trying to say. Oh man, I'm so used to my Stardew Valley positioning of tools. I keep trying to do things and it's different tools. It's not working. Okay, do we have enough wood to make something happen? Oak wood or birch wood? I don't know which is used for this, but if we make a fence, we can run this... Oh, I don't know. Can this be placed? It can only be placed on... Ooh! This is what we've seen. This is cool. Except it doesn't like being placed next to that tree, which is unfortunate. Oh, that's so awesome. It's so dark. I know you guys can't see anything. We'll do this in the day when we can actually see, because my goodness, it is so dark out. Can I sleep, please? Please? Is the hammer not an acceptable tool to sleep with? But the trowel is. Okay. That's weird. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Well, that's a thing. Okay, I think everything's ready to be harvested except for our onion. Why did I bother clearing any of this yesterday? It just comes right back. That's so weird. I'm sure the growth speeds will be tuned, but right now they are incredibly fast. Too much so. Basically right now I want to set up a little farming plot. I almost axed my chicken. That would be bad. Chicken, I'm sorry. Make it up to me. Give me a ride. That's just so much fun. Yeah, Coco, everything is respawning. The rocks, the trees, the weeds. I was going to axe the chicken. Whether or not it can cross the road. Is that about right? Okay, so then that's with space, and then 1, 2, 3. Can we put this right here? Does it allow it? It does. And we'll run this all the way until here. And I'm curious how adding on works. So if I cut this down, can I add another to the edge or to the end of that and have it like snap and continue? Yes. That is kind of cool. That is such a low fence, though, too. Like, I feel like these are a much more appropriate height. Then again, these are also on a field. I don't know. Are you naming the chicken? I can't name the chicken. If you guys would like to, I can. But there's a couple different chickens on the farm. You can see one through the trees there. Straight back. There's like 2 or 3 that roam about. Oh. A Pajama Sam bundle with the psych horror tag. I said the chicken should be called Roomba because of how it glides. That's awesome. And hello! Everyone knows that attempting to sleep with a shovel is only something a deviant would do. Trowels are acceptable, though. Totally agree with you. Is it Eli? No. Wow. Ellie or Eli? Eli? I'm guessing. Yeah, the shadows move real quick. And also this fence. Can you guys even see it anymore? Because I can't. It blends right in. Now it's a little more visible. But my goodness, it's so hard to see. It also said we could add a gate. So I'm curious what that looks like. Ah, it has to be... Okay. So if I take my axe back out... Using the scroll wheel. Cycles through positioning. Very strange. I don't like that. Okay, can we axe this open? Can I... Buildings and enclosures are different things? Whoa. What is this thing? The desalinator? I kind of want to put this over here just to see what it does. I don't even know what's used to make it or to build it. But wow. But yeah, if they could make it a little bit darker at night, but then also give you like, or have the option to craft like a lantern or something. So you have some sort of glow and have it, you know, like clipped onto your backpack or something. I think that'd be real immersive. And I'd like that. I like games where you emit a little bit of light off of a light source as you run around. Like in the forest, you've got a lantern, or not a lantern, a Zippo lighter that you can just run around with and illuminate things as you go. It's super nice. I'm trying to think if I've seen anything like that in trailers or anything. I don't think I have. All right, build tool. Build a desalinator. Right there, perfect. Anything you see that is like solid gray, that is placeholder, for sure. So I can interact with it in that it makes me face it. But what it does, I couldn't tell you. No idea. Fireflies at night would be so aesthetic and atmospheric. I agree completely. Or maybe only in some seasons to make it even more immersive and accurate. Tattletale is basically about evil Furby demons. Speaking of evil oh crap. That's what I'm seeing right now. So all those crops that we have right there that I haven't harvested yet, we're losing those. Oh boy. Yay! All right, let's see if we can get that back. What the heck? Oh, I forgot I dragged it onto my desktop. Please don't get stuck in a crash loop. Yes, Bubba, I do. The game is otherwise silent, with the exception of picking crops and picking up your tools for the very first time. We'll give this one more shot, and then I'll try the non-shortcut version of this. Another fatal error. We'll run the original farmfolks.exe file, not the shortcut. I've got a video on all this, by the way. Still fatal error. Well, this is awkward. I'll do it once more. Coco, I have a lot of these backgrounds, actually. I like myself some nature backgrounds. So, enjoy. And I even made one of them farm folks in nature for when I record farm folks videos. You'll see that in a little bit. I was actually working on that video when I got the itch to stream it, and now I haven't finished it. Nor have I recorded tomorrow's Eastshade video. So I don't know how much longer I'll keep this going for, but if it fails on us, then I was trying to get back to the farm folks background real quick. I don't have that many, so we're almost there. But I like my landscapes, guys. I like them a lot. Oh, come on. Is it randomly shuffling through them? There it is. Now it actually makes some sense. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and re-extract the file. Could always re-download it if I had to, but this also... Ooh. Hold on, skip these files. It was asking me if I wanted to... Here, I'll show you guys this. So, I'm in my downloads. I've got the alpha zip file. Then I've got this. And then in Windows No Editor, what I'm curious about is if there is a saves folder anywhere. Anywhere at all? No? I think once you have a save, it shows up under FF2. You've got binaries, content, and saves. But I think because I had a fatal error, I think that like crashed everything. Which sucks a lot. Let's... What is this even linking to anymore? I don't even know. So we'll delete that shortcut. We'll create a new one. I'm going to be going over all of this in a video, by the way, for anyone who is curious what I'm doing, but... Okay, now we'll try running that. Hopefully this works. And if it doesn't, which it doesn't, then that's going to do it for tonight's real quick stream. I've got a video to record and edit and get out by tomorrow morning while I'm at work. And also, this is clearly not working for me, so looks like I've struck the bug of game crashing after X amount of time and getting stuck in a crash loop where you cannot re-access the game. I know for the Farm Folks pre-alpha demo, they are going to be updating it monthly, but if there's something this majorly wrong with it, like you can't play it after X amount of time, then I think they might push out a patch for it, not at the end of April. Good night, Cian Blue. Catch me on Islands? Yes, you will. Hopefully I'll be streaming that sometime later this week. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the brief glimpse of the Farm Folks pre-alpha demo. I didn't really get to do too much more than what I did in my first impressions, but I'm excited for it, and I hope you guys are too. If you do have any questions, though, about anything you saw, anything you're curious about, and moving forward, anything Farm Folks related whatsoever, please either post them in Discord, drop them in a comment on this stream, something. I do plan on having interviews with several of the developers. I did one with Julie, the former community manager. I have one lined up with Ethan, and then he's pushing for me to do one with both Mitch, the guy who kind of leads the business side of things as far as Farm Folks is concerned. Ethan's more or less the lead developer. And then also with Casey, the lead programmer. So if you have any questions, let me know, because I'm going to start working on lists of questions that pertain to each of those guys and kind of formulate an interview. So any questions you have that I could get answered for you, let me know. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for tonight's stream. I know it's a short one, shortest stream I think I've ever done, but I appreciate you guys hanging out nonetheless. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Hopefully it'll be soon. But until then, as always, take care.